Chapter 5. What you focus on expands. Attention is creative energy. Whatever consistently occupies your mind gains momentum. Whether you realize it or not, your attention is one of the most valuable resources you possess. More valuable than money, more valuable than talent, more valuable than circumstances. Because your attention determines what you notice. What you notice influences what you believe. What you believe influences how you act. And how you act ultimately shapes the life you experience. Most people think they are responding to reality, but often they are responding to the portion of reality they have trained themselves to notice. And that distinction changes everything. Think about it for a moment. At any given second, thousands of things are happening around you. Conversations, opportunities, ideas, possibilities, patterns, connections. Yet you are only aware of a small fraction of them. Not because the rest do not exist, but because your mind is filtering information constantly. Your brain is deciding what deserves your attention and what does not. And over time, those filters become incredibly powerful. In fact, they become so powerful that two people can live in the same city, work in the same industry, experience similar circumstances, and walk away with completely different perceptions of reality. One sees opportunity, the other sees obstacles. One sees abundance, the other sees scarcity. One sees possibility, the other sees limitation. The world itself may not have changed. Their focus has, and focus changes everything. Have you ever experienced what psychologists often call the new car phenomenon? Imagine that you've decided to purchase a specific vehicle. Maybe it's a particular truck, a luxury SUV, a sports car, or a vehicle you've never paid much attention to before. Suddenly, you start seeing that vehicle everywhere. You notice it at traffic lights. You notice it in parking lots. You notice it on the highway. At first, it feels as though the number of those vehicles has somehow increased overnight. But of course, that's not what happened. The vehicles were always there. What changed was your awareness. You trained your attention to recognize something that previously went unnoticed. The opportunity already existed. The focus changed. And suddenly a new reality appeared. Life often works exactly the same way. The opportunities you seek may already be around you. The possibilities may already exist. The solutions may already be present. But if your attention has not been trained to notice them, they remain invisible. This is why mindset matters so much. Because mindset influences attention, and attention influences perception, and perception influences action. Consider the world of business. Have you ever noticed how entrepreneurs seem to discover opportunities everywhere they go? They walk into a restaurant and notice inefficiencies. They use a product and identify improvements. They hear people complain and immediately recognize unmet needs. Where others see ordinary experiences, they see possibilities. Why? Because their attention has been conditioned to recognize opportunity. They are not necessarily smarter. They are not necessarily luckier. They are simply looking for different things. Their focus is creating a different experience of reality. The same principle applies to relationships. Imagine two people in the same relationship. One focuses primarily on flaws. The other focuses primarily on strengths. One notices what is missing. The other notices what is working. Over time, those different focuses create entirely different emotional experiences. The relationship itself may be similar, but the perception becomes dramatically different. This does not mean ignoring problems. It means understanding that attention magnifies whatever it consistently rests upon. Focus on appreciation. Appreciation grows. Focus on connection. Connection deepens. Focus on possibility. Possibility expands. Focus on problems alone. Problems begin occupying your entire mental landscape. Attention creates momentum, and momentum creates experience. This is one reason gratitude is such a transformative force. Many people misunderstand gratitude. They think gratitude is merely being polite. They think gratitude is pretending everything is perfect. They think gratitude means ignoring challenges. But genuine gratitude is something much deeper. Gratitude is a shift in awareness. Gratitude teaches the mind to notice what is already present. It trains attention toward value, toward opportunity, toward possibility, toward abundance. When you consistently practice gratitude, you begin noticing resources that were previously overlooked. You notice supportive people. You notice lessons. You notice strengths. You notice opportunities hidden inside challenges. Nothing magical has happened. Your perception has changed. And when perception changes, experience changes. Think about two gardeners. One spends all day obsessing over weeds. The other spends most of their energy nurturing flowers. Both recognize the weeds exist, but one becomes consumed by them. The other remains focused on growth. Over time, their gardens begin looking very different. Your mind functions much the same way. Whatever receives the majority of your attention receives the majority of your energy. Whatever receives the majority of your energy tends to grow. This is why some people become experts at finding reasons to complain, and others become experts at finding reasons to grow. The mind becomes skilled at whatever it practices, and most people never realize they are training their minds every single day. Every thought repeated becomes easier to think again. Every focus repeated becomes easier to notice again. Every belief reinforced becomes easier to accept again. Attention is not passive. Attention is practice. And whatever you practice becomes stronger. Pause for a moment. This is important. Take a breath and ask yourself honestly, what has been receiving the majority of your mental energy lately? What thoughts dominate your mornings? What occupies your mind during quiet moments? What conversations do you replay? What possibilities do you imagine? What fears do you rehearse? Because the answers to those questions reveal the direction your attention is moving, and your attention is quietly shaping your future. Many people spend years focusing on what they don't want, what they fear, what they lack, what they wish would disappear, and then they wonder why those experiences seem to dominate their lives. The mind tends to move toward whatever it consistently studies. Attention becomes attraction, not in a mystical sense. In a practical sense, you begin noticing more of what you repeatedly focus upon. You begin acting in ways that align with that focus. You begin creating experiences that reinforce it. And before long, momentum is established. This is why intentional focus is one of the most powerful habits you can develop. Because your future is influenced not only by what you do, but by what you consistently notice. By what you consistently think about, by what you repeatedly give your energy to. The opportunities you discover tomorrow are often connected to what you focus on today. The relationships you strengthen tomorrow are influenced by what you appreciate today. The confidence you experience tomorrow is influenced by the thoughts you rehearse today. Attention creates momentum. Never underestimate that truth. Because momentum has a remarkable way of shaping destiny. And now we arrive at a fascinating realization. If attention creates momentum, and momentum shapes experience, then something extraordinary happens when attention becomes aligned with identity. Because identity determines who you believe you are. Attention determines what you consistently notice. And when those two forces begin working together, transformation accelerates. The person who identifies as capable begins noticing opportunities. The person who identifies as abundant begins noticing resources. The person who identifies as confident begins noticing possibilities. Identity directs attention. Attention creates momentum. Momentum shapes reality. And that raises a powerful question. What happens when you intentionally become the very qualities you seek? What happens when instead of chasing confidence, you become confident? Instead of chasing respect, you embody respect? Instead of seeking abundance, you cultivate abundance within yourself? The answer may change everything. You have discovered that whatever receives your attention gains momentum. You have seen how focus shapes perception and how perception shapes experience. You have learned that gratitude changes what you notice, and what you notice influences the reality you create. But there is an even deeper layer to this principle, because eventually, the qualities you admire in others stop being things you chase. They become things you embody. And when that happens, life begins responding differently. Not because the world changed, because you did. Let's explore what happens when you stop searching for the energy you want and start becoming it.